Now I welcome our chief guest, Mrs.SUJATA Missal, to share a few words.
Good evening to all of you. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. K. Rajendran, Director of the school, Mr. Arun Babu, Mrs. Padma, and Principal of the school, my dear student, Miss Anita. It's a real proud moment for me to stand before all of you because it's my student school that I have been invited to just address a few things and also to see the performance of the lovely kids here. Already we viewed the lovely performance of the kids. They say kids are the most innocent, and the first show that you saw, you could have seen how innocently they were all behaving, and that is what is called real innocency. I love the program that they put up first, the prayer song. It was really wonderful. I also want to wish a very congratulated the parents who are present here today with their children and relatives. It's a real good decision that you have made to come and join Konzept for your child, and you have chosen the right place. Why I would say is this: it's not only run by a person who's knowing about the education aspect, but also you have a person who knows about occupational therapy. And that is very important. An occupational therapist is a person who would be able to guide your child's normal development process all throughout. Right from the child is born till he grows to the old age, a therapist could guide through all the aspects of the life. So this is one advantage this school has because they have an occupational therapist. So I want to congratulate especially Anita, Mrs. Anita and Mr. Arun Babu for starting off this school, especially because it's an inclusive school also. There are very few schools in this, our Coimbatore especially I would say, who are inclusive schools. And they have had the heart and mind to take children with special needs also into their school. As per the Right to Education Act, it is compulsory that all schools should give education or should give admission to children with special needs. And then they have taken that into consideration. It's a big challenge actually to tell you. It's not easy task. It's a big challenge. Secondly, I would also like to say that as per the National Education Policy also, it is very essential that any child has a right to education. And they have considered those 2 points, and they have tried and they have initiated to make the school an inclusive education school. That is why I want to congratulate them and thank them for considering this aspect. Another important thing I would like to mention, I am very happy that the teachers, whatever we saw, how nicely they are guiding and taking care of the kids. That is another important aspect that I could visualize from the first program itself. And a school cannot run just by the principal or the director. It needs good teachers, it needs good helpers. And that is what we were able to see in the first program itself, how nicely they have coached up the children. And that is what I would like to also thank, and also I would like to mention that it's a good aspect that they have very good teachers who would train up your children up to the level and expectation that you have. Okay. And before I don't want to lengthen my talk because sir has already mentioned a lot of things. As parents, what is important for us to do. In my OPD especially, I would say, almost every day there will be one parent coming to me telling my child has headache, vomiting excessively or stomachache and refusing to go to school. And when we go back to find out why the child is refusing to go to school, either there is a problem in school or there is a problem in the family. Always when we come to that, we take out the history, we try to find out what is happening, where is the thing going wrong. And whenever we see, most of the time it is related to the family rather than the school, I would say. Okay, why we say it is related to the family is, as sir has mentioned, how much time as parents do we spend with our children? And that too, the quality time, not the quantity, as sir has also mentioned about it. Spending just 15 minutes per day is sufficient for a child. That 15 minutes without you being on your laptop, without you being on your cell phone. That is very important. I also have a child, so I am not talking just out of telling something, but what I practice I am telling to you. So it is very essential that we give a listening ear to the child, ear to the child. Not busy, okay, I am seeing my laptop, I am working on my laptop, and then I come back and then, okay, tell what did you say? I didn't listen, I could not hear, I didn't understand. That means the child knows my parent is not listening to me, he is not paying attention to me, he is very busy. So what's the point? And there the problem starts. Okay. Recently I had a child who came all the way from Kerala, got admitted to our hospital just because he had severe stomach pain and headache. And the only reason was, he told, past 1 year my father has not been spending time with me. They have done all the medical tests. Everything is normal. Every medical test was done. Even MRI brain was done. But finally when we found out, we tried to gather information, gather history from the parent. I tried to ask information about from anything happened in school. When we found out everything, the only thing the father and the child said, and he is very intelligent. His IQ would be somewhere around 130 and above. We call superior intelligence. He said, ma'am, there is no problem. Only thing is, if my father will stop looking at his laptop, then I will be the happiest child. Directly he said this to me. And the moment I call the parents in, the child is telling to the father and the mother, Mama, you said me no to tell the truth. I have told truth to the doctor auntie. Okay. So that is how children get affected when we don't think how important it is to give them that time that they need from us. And that is why certain children will also have this attention seeking behavior in schools. When they do not get adequate attention in classroom, in the home, all these children will show behavioral problems at school. Okay? I don't want to scare you, but I just want to tell you that these are real facts and truths which we are seeing every day in our practice. Okay? So this is just one example I am telling you, but there are every day I will get 1 or 2 kids with such kind of problems. Okay? So one thing what I want to mention is very important, have quality time with your child. Second thing, as sir has already mentioned again, reduce the screen time as much as possible, only for 30 minutes. That is very essential. Okay? The more they are into the screen, you will find that your child becomes aggressive, your child becomes irritable, your child becomes adamant, your child does not obey you. Lots of problems start coming in slowly. It does not happen over one day. It happens over few days or few months. Okay? It doesn't happen over one day. Third thing I would like to mention is, don't fulfill all the demands of your child. Sometimes we think as parents, my parents were not able to afford to give me a cell phone. They were not affordable to give me a smartphone. They were not affordable to give me a smartwatch. They did not give me an iPad. But I can earn now and I can give it to my child, let my child enjoy. But you should think back, are you doing the right thing or the wrong? How it is going to affect your child, that is very important. So, all the time we think that fulfilling the demand of the child, we are good parents for the children. But remember, we are spoiling the child at some point or the other in their life. So keep in mind that it is not essential to fulfill all the demands and needs of the child. If you think the child needs the item, the child needs the object, the toy or anything, then you give it if it is essential for the child for his or her use, otherwise it is not necessary. Okay? Another thing that I come across, most of the parents or children, they come to us saying, my child doesn't like to go to school. Why he doesn't like to go to school? She doesn't have friends. That's one thing they said. Or she doesn't like the teacher. Or she doesn't like the principal. That is one common complaint again which comes frequently to us. Why this happens? Because the child has not learned to adjust to different kind of people, to different kind of environments. And that is very important, that right from 2 years or 3 years of age, you start teaching your child to adjust to different people, different kinds of environment. Then the child will not have these problems at school. Another one thing I would like to say is, sharing and caring for others is also very important, because now it has become a world of one child per family. Most of us just want one child in a house. That's it. Not more than that, because we can't take care. But even if we have one child, remember that's a gift from God, and how we bring up the child is very important. So right from the small age itself, we should learn to teach them to be disciplined, as well as how to share, because when it is a single child, we always think, okay, we are giving, but the child never learns how to share his love, his affection, his toys, his eateries, etc. with others. And that is why they have adjustment problems in school, they have adjustment problems also at home. So it is very essential that right from a small age, you start teaching the child how to share their own things, how to share their parents' love and affection with others. This is very important. Not only that, along with this, I would suggest that how they will be able to care for other children. Being sympathetic and empathetic to other kids is also very important. So this is what I would like to say to the parents. Not only this, I would just like to tell the principal and the teachers also one more very important aspect is they should be empathetic and sympathetic to the children. That is very important, because I come across again it's not only I'm talking about children who are in the pre-KG, LKG, UKG, even 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th students come to us with problems, and most of the time they would say that my teacher bet me. Teacher beat pannanaala oru child yesterday only I saw one boy who's come from Kerala. He was totally normal, nothing problem. Teacher has bet him very badly. He's 7th standard kid. And because the teacher bet him, it has psychologically affected him, and he's just stopped talking to everybody. So what I would say is, just by beating, telling harsh words will not correct a child. It never corrects a child. How sympathetic, how empathetic we are with the children, how we understand their psychology is very important to bring up a child in the school. So that is very essential. So I won't take much more time of yours. I once again would like to thank